Kirksville is a city in the county seat of Adair County, Missouri, United States. Located in the Benton Township, its population was 17,505 at the 2010 census. Kirksville is home to two colleges, Truman State University and A.T.Still University. History: Kirksville was laid out in 1841 on a 40-acre site, and was first incorporated in 1857. Origin of name: according to tradition, Jesse Kirk, Kirksville's first postmaster, shared a dinner of turkey and whiskey with surveyors working in the area on the condition that they would name the town after him. Not only the first postmaster, Kirk was also the first to own a hotel and a tavern in Kirksville. Contrary to popular belief, the name of the city has no connection to John Kirk, one-time president of Truman State University from 1899 to 1925. However, the grandson of Jesse Kirk reported that the town was named for Kirk's son John, a figure of local legend credited with killing 2 deer with a single bullet. Hopkinsville was explained as a joking reference to the peculiar gait of John Kirk's lame father-in-law, David Sloan. The jocular name was discarded when the village was selected for the seat of justice in Adair County. Battle of Kirksville. The Battle of Kirksville was fought August 6 to 9, 1862, during the American Civil War. Union troops led by John McNeil forced Confederate volunteers under Joseph Porter to vacate the city. Casualty estimates range from 150 to 200 dead and up to 400 wounded. According to the August 12, 1862, Quincy Herald, there were 8 Federal dead and 25 wounded. The victorious Union commander, Colonel McNeil, gained brief national attention for his post-battle execution of a small number of Confederate prisoners. These prisoners had been previously captured in battle and then paroled with the understanding they would no longer take up arms against the Union, upon penalty of death if recaptured. Nonetheless, Confederate government officials were outraged, and it is said that Confederate President Jefferson Davis even called for the execution of Colonel McNeil if he were to be captured. Tornadoes. On the evening of April 27, 1899, a tornado passing through Adair County cut a path of destruction 3 blocks wide, killed 32 people and destroyed hundreds of buildings. The popular song, "Just as the Storm Passed O'er," was based on the event, and the Kimball Piano Company exploited the incident for its advertising. When one of their instruments was carried a long distance by the tornado but still found in working condition. On May 13, 2009, Kirksville was again the victim of a large tornado. A tornado estimated as an EF2 on the enhanced Fujita scale struck the northern edge of Kirksville, destroying and severely damaging many homes, several businesses, a car dealership, and at least one factory. 2 residents living just outside the city limits were killed by the tornado, and as many as a dozen other area residents were injured. The story and extensive video of the 2009 twister was featured in Season 2 of Storm Chasers on the Discovery Channel, as well as a 2010 episode of Storm Stories on the Weather Channel. Geography: Kirksville is located at 40.19472 degrees north, 92.58333 degrees west, 40.19472 minus 92.58333. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 14.43 square miles, of which 14.39 square miles is land and 0.04 square miles is water. Climate demographics: Kirksville anchors a micropolitan area that comprises Adair and Schuyler counties. 2010 census. As of the census of 2010, there were 17,505 people, 6,714 households, and 3,066 families residing in the city. The population density was 1,216.5 inhabitants per square mile. There were 7,434 housing units at an average density of 516.6 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 92.3% white, 2.2% African American, 0.2% Native American, 2.4% Asian, 0.1% Pacific Islander, 0.8% from other races, and 2.0% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 2.7% of the population. There were 6,714 households, of which 23.0% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 33.0% were married couples living together. 9.6% had a female householder with no husband present. 3.1% had a male householder with no wife present, and 54.3% were non-families. 37.8% of all households were made up of individuals, and 11.1% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.18, and the average family size was 2.90. The median age in the city was 23.8 years. 16.4% of residents were under the age of 18, 36% were between the ages of 18 and 24, 19% were from 25 to 44, 17.5% were from 45 to 64, and 11.2% were 65 years of age or older. The gender makeup of the city was 46.1% male and 53.9% female. 2000 census. As of the census of 2000, there were 16,988 people, 6,583 households, and 2,975 families residing in the city. The population density was 1,624.0 people per square mile. There were 7,303 housing units at an average density of 698.2 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 94.38% white, 1.73% African American, 0.26% Native American, 1.93% Asian, 0.04% Pacific Islander, 0.59% from other races, and 1.07% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 1.54% of the population. There were 6,583 households, out of which 20.8% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 35.1% were married couples living together. 7.8% had a female householder with no husband present, and 54.8% were non-families. 36.9% of all households were made up of individuals, and 11.6% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.16, and the average family size was 2.83. In the city, the population was spread out, with 15.6% under the age of 18, 37.6% from 18 to 24, 20.5% from 25 to 44, 14.4% from 45 to 64, and 12.0% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 23 years. For every 100 females there were 82.5 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 78.5 males. The median income for a household in the city was $22,836, and the median income for a family was $36,772. Males had a median income of $26,776 versus $22,309 for females. The per capita income for the city was $14,388. About 14.4% of families and 30.6% of the population were below the poverty line, including 20.7% of those under age 18 and 13.1% of those age 65 or over. Government. Kirksville is a Missouri third-class city, operating as a council-manager government. A paid city manager and staff handle the day-to-day operations and report to the city council. Candidates for Kirksville City Council are not required to have any party affiliation in order to run for office. The only requirements are to be at least 21 years of age, a United States citizen, to have lived in the city for at least 1 year prior to election, and to not have any outstanding, overdue city or county taxes. All members are elected in an at-large representation basis versus any particular section award. Following each election, the council members vote among themselves to choose a member to serve a 1-year term as mayor. Council meetings are held the first and third Monday of each month. The current Kirksville City Council members are Richard D. Twire, Glenn Moritz, Richard Steele, Jerry Mills, Philip Biston. The city of Kirksville provides residents with full-time fire and police departments, along with water, sewer, and street maintenance service. Citywide trash removal is contracted by the city with a private contractor, currently Advanced Disposal Environmental Service, and is mandatory for all residents or property owners. Recycling is optional. The city of Kirksville partners with other agencies to operate KirkTran, an area bus service, and a county-wide E911 center. Education. Kirksville is home to 3 institutions of higher learning: Truman State University, originally the North Missouri Normal School and Commercial College, and more recently Northeast Missouri State University. A.T.Still University, home of the Kirksville College of Osteopathic Medicine, the founding osteopathic medical and dental schools. Moby Area Community College operates a Kirksville campus. Media. Paired with Ottumwa, Iowa, Kirksville is a media market region, ranked 199 by Nielsen, and home to an ABC-CBS affiliate, KTVO-TV3. Kirksville is home to 7 main radio stations. The Kirksville-Ottumwa DMA includes a Fox affiliate, KTV-15, and is covered by NBC from Hannibal, Quincy, and, in some areas, Kansas City. Radios in Kirksville can also pick up stations from Brookfield, Macon, Moberly, Hannibal, Quincy, and Keokuk, Iowa. Among low-powered translators and microbroadcasters is 107.5 FM, operated by students from Truman's campus. In print, Kirksville is served by the Kirksville Daily Express, Sundays through Fridays, and on Thursdays by the Index, a weekly newspaper produced by students at Truman State University. The students of Truman State University also publish an alternative newspaper, The Monitor. Truman students produce a weekly news broadcast, News 36, played on Cable 1 Channel 3 and on their on-campus station, TRU-TV, on Tuesday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and 2 a.m. Infrastructure. Transportation. The city of Kirksville operates the Kirksville Regional Airport, 4 miles south of the city by the village of Millard. Kirksville, by way of La Plata, is serviced by Amtrak's Southwest Chief, which runs along the BNSF Railway. The distance from Truman State University to La Plata is approximately 12.5 miles. Kirksville once had 2 operational railroads that ran through town. The East-West Rail Line was originally incorporated as the Quincy, Missouri and Amp Pacific Railroad, which was renamed several times during financial restructuring and changing hands numerous times until in 1897 it became the Quincy, Omaha and Amp, Kansas City Railroad. Financial problems continued, and it was operated by the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy Railroad after 1903 and later absorbed by that company, which in turn became Burlington Northern in 1970. The portion of the line that ran west of Kirksville towards Green City was abandoned and eventually torn down in the early 1950s. The portion of the line that ran east of town towards Edina, LaBelle, and West Quincy was scrapped in 1982-1983, after the Staggers Rail Act deregulated the rail industry. The depot, which serviced along the Burlington Northern in Kirksville, still stands along Elson Street just north of Cottonwood Street, and plans are that it will be renovated. Kirksville's other railroad, the Wabash Railroad, became the Norfolk and Western Railway in October 1964. This north-south line later became the Norfolk Southern Railway in 1982 after N and Amp W merged with Southern Railway. In April 1992, the last official NS train ran the line between Albia, IA and Moberly, as the railroad announced it would abandon the line due to a loss in profit. During the summer of 1993, the railroad reopened to train traffic as the floods of the Midwest affected lines around the Mississippi and Missouri rivers. Trains continued to run the line until 1995. After failed attempts from buyers wanting to purchase the line and turn it into a short-line railroad, work began on tearing down the railroad from Moberly, northward toward La Plata, where it has a connection with the BNSF Railway, and from Moulton, IA southward toward La Plata, The portion of the line from Moulton, IA northward towards Albia was purchased by the Adair County Community Railroad. In late September 1997, the tracks through Kirksville were finally torn down, leaving the city without a rail line. The project to tear down the abandoned line was completed by the end of 1997. In 1952, the United States Air Force opened a radar base that was home to the 790th Radar Squadron, an aircraft control and warning squadron, in Sublette, about 10 miles north of Kirksville. The Air Force inactivated the 790th Radar Squadron in 1968. The Federal Aviation Administration took over running the radar, and most of the surrounding 78.51 acres were given to Northeast Missouri State University. The current radar, an route surveillance radar, Model 3, is a long-range radar that feeds data to air traffic control centers that control aircraft flying over the region. 4 fatal airplane accidents have occurred near Kirksville. On May 6, 1935, a plane carrying Senator Bronson Cutting of New Mexico crashed south of Kirksville, killing him. As a result, Congress created the Civil Aeronautics Administration. On May 22, 1962, Continental Airlines Flight 11, heading to Kansas City from Chicago under heavy weather, was brought down by a dynamite explosion northwest of Kirksville. Some aviation historians consider this the first act of aviation terrorism in history. On October 20, 2004, corporate Spirit Airlines Flight 5966 crashed just south of Kirksville Regional Airport, killing 13 of 15 passengers and crew. On November 5, 2013, a Piper PA-32 crashed 3 miles southeast of Kirksville Regional Airport on its final approach, killing both passengers aboard. Utilities. Kirksville is served by 2 watersheds. Hazel Creek Lake, formed in 1982, was first used as a water source the next year. A larger water source, Forest Lake, was formed by the city in the 1950s when a dam was constructed across Big Creek. Forest Lake anchors the Thousand Hills State Park, located just west of the city, and is named in honor of former Missouri Governor Forrest Smith. Kirksville trash pickup is currently conducted through the Advanced Disposal of Macon, Mo. The company also picks up recycling and yard waste for the city. Most residents receive electrical service from Amerinew, although a portion of the city receives it from Tri-County Electric, NREC, Co-op. Liberty Utilities is the natural gas supplier for the Kirksville area. Notable people: